Step forward. This is the pin's nib. Now, as you had the problem before, if you press 3, all that rounds out. So I really want to keep the shape. So I'm going to keep it kind of generally flat right here. So I'm going to go Insert, Edge Loop right there. And watch when I press 3, how it tries to retain its shape a little bit better. Then as it goes up here, it gets a little bit thicker. So let's try to keep that shape relatively decent. Now you kind of see a little push in there. If I don't like the location of this edge, I can double click the edge, add a mesh, slide edge tool, and it'll tell you to drag with your middle mouse, and drag it closer. And drag it a little bit closer. Insert an edge loop, scale that down slightly. That way, transition is nice and smooth. The next section is somewhere around here. There is a slight dip, so I'm going to go Insert Edge Loop. Let's place it there. Another one nearby. Slide that edge. Scale it down. Move it in. Scale down. Push in. In these areas, I'm just going to sharpen them. Over here, based on this, it looks like there's a slight bevel on here. So I'm going to double click this edge, edit, mesh, bevel. Press Control A until I see the attribute editor over here pop up. Drag this down slightly. Go in, insert my edge loops where I want them to go. I'm going to sharpen this edge. So, more edge loops right there. And around here. You can see the shape it gives it. Now let's really refine all these shapes at the tip. And the little nib obviously goes inside it. So what I'm going to do is add one right there. Double click this edge, move it in, just like so. Now double click this edge again, bevel, tighten that. An edge loop on this side. Then on the inside. Then tighten this. Now that section modeled out. We want to keep this a bit straighter until it hits this point. So I'm going to put an edge loop remotely close to it. That way when it smooths, it still tries to keep the edge slightly. And always go in and control how sharp I want that to be. So along this side, we have another section of the pen. Then go in here, insert edge loop, roughly around there. Gonna have another one right here. Scale this thing down. Move this over. Move this over. This right here is just a pretty sharp one. This edge in turn is slightly beveled. Now, because of that, I'm going to sharpen these edges. Double click this edge and bevel this. Much more refined edge all across. I think the gap's too wide, so I'm going to go my top view now. Just grab the last bevel right here and scale in. We'll tighten it. So I'm going to add another loop somewhere around here where the rubber grip ends. Oops, wrong one. On this side, because this is a rubber grip, I'm going to have this scaled up slightly. Move this in. Insert my edge loops. And there you go, the rubber grip. We also have several more in this area to cut the hole where the little nib goes, the little buttons goes inside. So on my top view, so I can kind of see everything measured out a little bit better. Insert edge loop, roughly around here. Another one, roughly around here. So the dip is in this area, so I'm going to extrude this downwards. But of course, if I press 3, it looks like a horrible divot. We gotta fix that. So an easy way to do it is if I just go insert edge loop right here. Or next to this, this will already help keep it. It's not gonna be perfect, but it kind of helps keep the shape. Of course, the other problem is being able to keep it on these sides, along with these sides right here. Notice just adding some of those, how that changes the shape drastically.